Alright, so my good friend Zui is going to let me drive his GTI. I'm going to do probably a review of this thing, maybe during or after this cruise that we're about to do. Alright, once again, huge thank you to my friend Zui for letting me drive his GTI. It's going to be an awesome drive. I think we're driving the entire way down to the Cape, and I'll give you guys my opinion on this. I know I did an article last week on 5 reasons why the Volkswagen GTI is a great car for any young car enthusiast, and this is a perfect time for me to experience it. And then after this drive, we'll go over why I like this car. Whoa! You know, just driving this car and it's, you know, having an S, it seems like that this is enough for me. I think that I could be very, very happy. And I think that's why Volkswagen and the GTI is very, very popular with younger drivers. Alright guys, so I've enjoyed the hour that I've been behind the wheel of this car. What I really like about it, and it's kind of hard trying to drive and talk about it at the same time, but what I like about it is that I can keep up with these guys, and I don't need to worry about, you know, falling behind. Now, that's something I have to deal with my daily driver, but with an ECU tune, and even without the TCU tune, I think that this would be a perfect car for me. I still have a long way to go to drive this. We have to drive the awesome roads at Miles Standish, so it's gonna be really fun. Hey everyone, and welcome to Boston Auto Blog. It has been 4 years in the making, 4 very long years of waiting for this moment. But today I am very proud and excited to show you guys my all-new 2019 Volkswagen GTI Rabbit Edition in Cornflower Blue. I honestly could not believe this is happening, to finally own a car that I can take to Cars and Coffee, a car that actually be a part of the community, and to also own a Cornflower Blue GTI, which is actually very rare to find up here in New England. When I first started looking for one of these, there was about maybe 7 left with DSG, and then I think when I found this one, there's only maybe about 2 or 3 left in this area. So very rare to find. I had to be honest, the last 2 weeks have been very stressful, very up and down, and also the experiences of trying to find a GTI, not only just a Cornflower Blue, but just a GTI I wanted to buy. A lot of disappointing experiences along the way. And that all ended with Gene Langan Volkswagen in Glastonbury, Connecticut. I cannot stop raving about these guys. Dan the salesman and Eric the delivery specialist were just unbelievable guys to work with. Very nice and informative, but also the dealership itself. I can definitely see why on Google they have a 4.9 rating out of 5 stars. They really go the extra mile with their customers, and they treat them as if they're buying a Porsche, which to me means quite a lot. I seriously wish I filmed my entire day, and I filmed the dealership itself, because when you buy a car there, they take you to this place called the museum, where there's some old Volkswagens, old Porsches. I believe they belong to the owner of the dealership. And your car is in the middle of the garage. They go over everything with your car, all the features it comes with, and make sure that you're ready to hit the road. And to me, both Dan and Eric were just great guys to work with, and really one of the best dealership experiences I ever had, and certainly worth the 100-mile drive down to Connecticut. Now, I will leave the link to the description below so you can check out their extensive Volkswagen inventory. I'll also leave Dan's contact information as well, just because he was an unbelievable salesman to work with. After dealing with some really bad dealerships the last 2 weeks, he was the polar opposite. Very informative, very friendly, and I just felt like I had been a long-time customer there. And to buy my first ever new car, to buy my first ever Volkswagen, that means quite a lot to me. And I will certainly recommend to anybody who's buying a Volkswagen or a GTI to definitely take the 100-mile trip down there to pick it up. Definitely worth the trip in my opinion, especially for the customer service. And to me, just to be treated like somebody who is a long-time customer, that really means a lot. So before we get into why I bought a GTI Rabbit Edition, why don't I get into why I bought new over used? Now, the logical decision for somebody who wants to mod a car almost immediately after they purchase it would probably go to used. I started looking about 2 weeks ago at getting a GTI SE. More important was the lighting package over the moonroof and the leather seats. The moonroof and leather seats really didn't mean anything to me. I wanted the lighting package so I didn't have to buy new headlights and taillights. However, when I tried finding them, they weren't in the best of shape, even under certified pre-owned. So I started thinking, well, maybe I should try going for an S instead and just go completely all out with the modifications. Every single S I found, and really almost every single GTI in general, at around $22,000 to $23,000 and below, all the wheels were curbed. The wheels were curbed, the engine was corroded. I've seen a lot of corrosion in the engines, and also for one of them, the steering wheel was worn out for a car with only 34,000 miles, which really concerned me. Now, there was one GTI S that was actually the cleanest one in the area. Unfortunately, the dealership gave me a really bad offer, and, you know, I looked to my friend that was with me, and I said, I could just get a newer car for this price. So that's really where the new car idea came in, although I was very concerned at what I was looking at when the wheels are curved, but then one car that was being sold at an actual Audi dealership, you could tell the car was tuned, modified before it was returned to stock. And that really concerned me, and that's why I really wanted to go new. I wanted to be the first owner of the car. I wanted to know the exact history of it, and I just wanted new. I didn't want to be surprised by anything, especially where after buying the Volvo S40, I was very concerned as to the situations and the problems that would arise over the upcoming maybe months and years ahead of me, and that's why I went with a new car. So now that we got that out of the way, why a Rabbit Edition? Well, I think it's really the color. The color you're not going to find in any other GTI. It also reminds me of my logo, the Boston Autoblog logo. And this car just actually really fits. The color looks great. I want to be different. I want to stand out. I don't want to look like the white or the gray or the black GTIs. I want something a lot different. But there's some other features that you get on the Rabbit Edition that I'm going to get into right now, and really was the selling point for me to buy a Rabbit Edition. Number one has to be the black wheels. I think the black wheels are really good. They look awesome and are a great contrast to the cornflower blue. I think these are a lot better than the stock wheels that you'll find on GTIs. I know that if I was to buy a GTI, even an S or even a used one, the wheels would be one of the first mods. I just do not like those wheels. So this actually right here, most likely I'm not going to get rid of, and this saves me a lot of money. I also like the black spoiler as well. It really just continues on with the theme of the blue and black contrast, which I really like about this car. I just think it looks more sporty, and the color itself kind of reminds me of what you'd find in a Focus RS. But if you are a GTI owner, you understand that you do a lot of modifications to the exterior of the car, and the side mirrors, the rear spoiler, and the wheels would be changed. So that's actually saved money for me. I don't have to spend money on exterior modifications now because, to be honest, I don't really want to change the wheels. I don't need to put carbon fiber side mirror caps on, and I don't need to change the spoiler as well. I like the spoiler the way it is. I don't want to do an aftermarket spoiler at all. So because the Rabbit Edition is between the S and the SE trim, you're going to get some additional technology, such as blind spot detection, automatic braking, and rear cross traffic alert. I also like the fact that the plaid seats are standard on these. I don't really need leather seats. These are heated as well. And coming from the Volvo S40 with the power moonroof, I don't need one. I don't miss it. To have a car that's actually really just fun to drive is one of the reasons why I want this car. The fact that it has the Boston Autoblog blue is another reason why I want it. And just the fact that I don't need to modify as much to the exterior. Now, there's two main reasons why I bought the Volkswagen GTI, and I'll make a longer video in the future because I think there's more than just two. But one of them is the fact that I have a rear hatch. So all my camera gear is right here. I can assemble my gimbal right here from the trunk, and I really like that. It really fits the purpose of what I need it for, especially where I go filming a lot. I can leave all my camera gear here if I go to a Cars and Coffee, and it's just really accessible. It's something I really needed. I don't have a trunk to deal with, because the Volvo S40 I had before, if you watched the last video, the trunk wouldn't open. So there's no way this hatch is never going to open. I have plenty of room for what I need, and to me it's just really practical. There's a lot of practicality with this car, which is one of the reasons why I bought it. So the final reason why I bought the Volkswagen GTI and really the Rabbit Edition is because of how much fun it is to drive. 228 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque from stock. Now, Volkswagen underrates their engines, so who knows exactly what this is putting out. But I can also tune it if it's not fast enough, which is something I didn't have with the Volvo S40. So I have tuning capabilities. I can modify it, make it faster if I really want to. But I'm having a lot of fun with it, especially on back roads and even on highways as well. Now, I'm only going 55 and 65 where it's posted, so I don't, speed at all. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. I can throw it into the corners, and it's just a really more of a driver-centric car where I'm just really enjoying it. So there will be mods coming in the future. Stick around for that. I'm going to do a lot more videos on this. There's going to be a full review. I'll get into really the whole list of reasons why I bought this car, and just really get more in depth into it. This is really just the introduction of the new addition to the Boston Auto Blog channel. So guys, thank you so much for your support. It has meant so much to me over the last few years. I'm just so glad that I now have something that I can go to car events with, that I can go drive around with my friends, go for cruises. That's really what this car is meant for. I'll have a lot of content for it on the channel, but this car just means a lot more to me than just being something I can throw on YouTube and just really put it out there on all social media channels. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time.